What's up, football heads and headettes? Today we're going to combine a couple things that I like a lot, and that's football and astrology. We'll call it astro-football. So today we're going to go and take a deep dive into the Detroit Lions head coach, Dan Campbell. I really want to know, like, what is it that makes this guy a leader of men? Like, why is he so intense? Like, why is it that the players really want to play for him? Why is it that his communication style is the way that it is? And why does the media love him? Whether they want to talk down on him and make fun of him or big him up on that big stage. So, first we're going to take a look right here at this here Aries sun right there. So that's really how he's going to express himself. He expresses himself in a very forceful and Aries-like manner. So it's very intense, very fiery. At least that's how he will come across. And so Aries is kind of like a childlike energy, but very powerful energy. And you can't really tell Aries much about what to do. Like Aries is really go, like right now, let's do it, no waiting, like, and we're sticking with this decision, this is it. There's not too much, oh, let me wait around, let me sit back and decide. No. So Aries is gonna go for it. So if you want a coach that's gonna go for it for fourth down every time, that's definitely gonna be Aries. And it's ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. This is the warrior. All right. Like he is very, very intense. He's not playing any games. This is the athlete. All right. If Mars is on the field and Mars is in Aries, that's like taking a hit from Ray Lewis. That's what Mars and Aries is. That's the kind of force that Mars and Aries is, and that's how intense Dan Campbell can seem. When you see him in his breakdown speeches after the game, it's very intense. If you've seen clips of him at practice, he's intense. Now we're also going to look at his communication style. This is what I was really hoping to get into, and that's right here. This is Mercury. Mercury talks about your communication style and also how you think. So he has this in the sign of Taurus, which is a very grounded sign. It's an earth sign, and it's also a sign that values hard work. All right? They work long and hard to get to where they need to go. Like Taurus is a very blue collar energy, right? This is like working at the going to the plants. Detroit, what up though? So you combine Aries and Taurus together, that's grit. That's getting it out the mud. And that's we're gonna get it out the mud and we're gonna bite your kneecaps on the way up because we value hard work and grit. All right? Now you combine that Mercury that's sitting there in Taurus, and this right here next to it is this neighbor. And it's a very close neighbor. And that neighbor is Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of luck, expansion. And when I say luck and expansion, it's like being a spoiled kid playing a football game and committing penalties the entire time, but the referees never throw a flag on you the entire game. Hi, Kansas City. Anyway, that is combined there with Mercury. And so with Jupiter there combined with Mercury, it expands that communication style. It makes it so huge, it makes it very grandiose. This can mean that it gives players that he's coaching and talking to a feel of hope, Jupiter, and raw Aries, grounded, real Taurus communication. This is why they want to play for this man. Now, this could also mean that Dan Campbell is somebody who talks a big game. But the thing about when you talk a big game in sports is you got to live up to it, right? Still got to get in between the lines. You got to play the game. So that is still going to be a challenge. But the thing is, with that Taurus energy there, it's very real. It's tangible. It's all about the results. And well, as we can see so far, since the Lions have had Dan Campbell, they've had results. Now, along with those results, can come some negativity, right? More money, more problems. See this little symbol right here? That's Lilith. Having Lilith that close to the sun, he is somebody who stands firm on who he is as a person and his values. So he knows who he is and he's not afraid to express that. He's not afraid to express his pains. He's not afraid to express his pleasures. And when he speaks, his voice is heard. Like people can feel it because they know it's coming from a real, true, raw, honest place. So he'll also be really good in something like the community or speaking to masses. Now we're going to take that shovel and dig a little bit deeper. See this right here? This is his moon. The moon represents the internal world, right? These are your emotions and also represents the mind too. So this is how you think emotional. This is your emotional body. And with it being there in Libra, he is someone who looks more for balance, right? He's not extremely emotionally reactive. It's not going to be negative, but it's also not going to be overly positive. It's going to be even keeled, not too high, not too low. And as you can see with Dan Campbell, he even says this to his players. We got to stay even keel. We got to stay steady, not too high, not too low. It's not that you can't celebrate a win or that you can't be mad at a loss, but you can't stay there. You have to get back on your horse and you got to grind and you got to get it, Aries and Taurus, right? So now we're also going to come back down here to Mars. Remember, we talked about Mars, the warrior, the god of war, the athlete, Gur. So Mars here is in Cancer. I know Cancers get a bad rep for being all emotional and whatnot, and Mars doesn't quite like it in Cancer because it's not really his energy. Cancer is a water sign, and Mars is all about fire. So that water kind of cancels out a lot of fire. So Mars feels a little bit stuck there in Cancer. So it's still very emotional, but don't let that fool you. While Dan Campbell is emotional, it's a lot more passion. So he's going to be very intense, and they are Cancer Mars will defend their family because Cancer is all about the home, it's all about the family, and in sports, your football team is your family. So if you're playing on the team or you're coaching the team like Dan Campbell, oh, he's going to fight. He is going to go after the opponent. They are not winning. That is just the mindset. We're going to go in here. We are going to win. And that emotional drive, if you have that emotional drive as a player, that fuels you. And so any type of energetic fuel that you can use emotionally to drive you to play is going to be lights out when you get on the field. And it doesn't have to be, grandiose. They don't have to get the touchdowns or anything. It's whatever needs to be done to get the job complete and mission success. I am the light bulb of higher thought, and thanks for sticking with me and talking football and astrology. Think higher and follow the light bulbs. Peace.